Hello everyone, welcome to the beer garden. Last Wednesday, our beer garden crew just had a great night at Happy Valley. So hopefully this time we can continue our form on Saturday at Charene, right? It is a bit rushed this time with a tough schedule because racing at Saturday is never easy, especially this time there are so many new horses making their debuts in Hong Kong, but no worries. Hopefully we can bring you some winners with Steve and Joshua with myself. So talking about the track. So the first race we are going to discuss will be in race 8. It is quite a tough race over the all-weather track. It is a class 3 over 1650 meters. So let me start with Joshua. Who do you like in race 8?
Yes, good morning, Charene.
Morning.
Nice and early over where you are. We start off
Yeah.
with an all-weather race, which is always a challenge. I landed with the top weight in Maximus here, who's coming up a brilliant second behind Manstar on the all-weather over the 1200 meters. I thought what makes this run even better than what it was is because his best form is over 1400 meters or longer. And that was his first run on the all-weather. So unfortunately for him, he's had a lot of issues since coming to Hong Kong. Overall, since coming over, though, in the 8 starts that he has placed in 4 of them. Since last start, he was scratched on the all-weather run on the 26th of the 10th, as 2 days prior he had colic. So another thing, if you actually go through this horse's medical records, it's not flash. There's quite a lot of issues since coming over. But he was past fit on the 1st of November, and he's since had a quiet trial, which he did under his own steam. I love that they remain on the all-weather here up to the 1650. He has drawn wide, so hopefully Sylvester de Souza puts the handlebars down early, gets into a nice spot, because I know True Legend's going to really kick up from his draw. I think it's a nice each-way bet if you decide to bet on the all-weather here. I'm not sure if I will have a bet on this race, but I think Maximus can run a handy race. He was about $6.70 last night when I did the form. So I'll check on the prices while Steve and Charene do your tips. But $6.70 I thought was a decent each way price to start our treble races.
Yes, I agree. So number one, maximums for Joshua in race 8. He is quite a good third horse, I think, but this time he needs to overcome the wide draw. But I think with the informed Sylvester de Souza on board, it is not a big problem. Steve, how about you? Who do you like in race 8?
I went for the 5-horse Encountered, who caused an almighty shock last season, his final start last season, when he won at 199 to 1 under Matthew Poon. He's a son of Churchill. He proved it was no fluke. He's run 3 good races this season in defeat. The last time he was 5th to Circuit Stella under Zach Purton, not beaten too far. And of course, the winner, Circuit Stella, tackles the Class 1 Panasonic Cup in the preceding race number 7. So hopefully Encountered. He's ran some good trials on the dirt surface. He's been behind horses like Victor the Winner and Lucky Swaine. So he's kept good company in those trials, and he's reunited with Matthew Poon. So I just think at the prices, I think he's got a nice chance, and he's a low draw as well. I think there's every indication that he'll go well on the dirt. Seen him move. He looks quite natural to me. And in an open race, as Joshua says, Maximus, interesting. And the bottom weight, yes, we can. Is that Jai? Is that how Jai McNeil? Is that how you say it, Joshua?
Yeah, Jai. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice little, a live chance to start his life in Hong Kong with a winner, but a more difficult draw than he's been used to of late. And this will be a test going up in grade as well. So an interesting race there. But for me, yes, Encountered. Hopefully he can encounter another win.
Yeah, so number 5, Encounter for Steve. I definitely agree that this is quite a wide open race because some of the horses with good form just will be breaking from the wide draws. So I will also be looking forward to some outsider here, and I will go for number 11, Billionaire Secrets. So I just checked the price is having 29. Yes, and he will also be my value bet because this time will be his first up over the all-weather track in Hong Kong. His overseas form before coming to Hong Kong was really great over the dirt. So hopefully this time moving over the all-weather will be a different case for him. He is quite unexposed, lightly raced in Hong Kong, only having 2 starts. But actually last time it was not that bad because he did not have a clear one in final furlong. He still managed to rank close. So this time I believe breaking from gate 7, he can stay in the midfield with Jack 1 on board. short. Jack One is one of the best local jockey in Hong Kong to over the all-weather course. So hopefully he can ride his horse to have some good results. So maybe that is quite a good each way chance for him, because first time over the all-weather track, you never know, because he just have some good dirt form overseas. So hopefully he can surprise us in the first leg of the treble. So to recap, race 8, number 1 maximums for Joshua, and number 5 encountered for Steve, and my selection will be number 11 Billionaire Secrets, and he will also be my value bet for the day. So the second leg of the treble, it will be race 9. It is another class 3, but we move to the turf track. It will be a class 3 over 1200 meters. Joshua, who do you like in race 9?
You've talked me into throwing your horse in the the 8th into my quaddies, Charene. I have it rated nowhere near anything, but you've talked me in. I'm going to have to throw it in now. Race 9, I've landed with number 13, Enchanting Ibis. I found this as my best bet on the card. I've always been a fan of this horse. A little bit of personal gloating here since I found him in his only Hong Kong win when he won at 51s. So I'm holding that close to my heart. But putting that to the side, he was really fair first up at the Valley when 5th behind Winning Icy. And then last start at Charene, he got well back from the wide draw and hit the line. Fastest ratings of the race, narrowly missing on the line to a horse that ruined us all in Kingland. I'm sure a lot of us will remember that race. But he beat home some nice horses on that afternoon. He's drawn a lot better here this time out, but he'll likely get back again. That is his pattern, especially with the immense pace in this race. But all the pace is to his outside. D'Souza remains aboard, which is brilliant. He has been in some tremendous form as of late. And since coming to Hong Kong, I think D'Souza's developed a little bit of a connection with this horse. So third up here, he should go very close. Yeah, I only have a couple that can actually win this race, but I think he's the best chance in the race, and he will be my best on the card in the afternoon.
Yeah, so number 13, Enchanting Ibis, and other horse ridden by Sylvester D'Souza, you are going to have, Joshua. He is now ranking the 3rd in the Jockey Premiership. Joshua, do you think at the end of the season he can be the champion, or he can have some good results for Sylvester D'Souza?
I don't think he'll be champion, but I think he can definitely be second outright. I think he's heading that way at the moment. I know we've got Hugh Bowman and Jai McNeil, but I know it takes a bit of time in Hong Kong to get acclimatized, to get used to getting the good rides. And I know both Jai and Hugh are world-class jockeys, but this is a different kettle of fish, and it's going to take them a bit of time, as you know, you don't have your rider agents and all that. You got to book your own rides and whatnot. So I know Hugh Bowman's used to that. He's been here before. I don't think anyone's going to catch Zach at the moment. I just think he's got that too far of a lead, unless something happens, God forbid. But definitely second chance, and I think he's. I was just looking through the jockeys now. I don't really think there's anyone that could challenge him for second place if he keeps this form up. He's a world-class jockey.
Yes, right. I agree that Zach Purton is sometimes too good, I would say. So race 9, how about you, Steve? Who will be your pick in this race?
I went for lucky 8 here. I'm just going to say to Joshua, a bit of a Tony Millard loving tonight, Joshua.
Yes, no. I hadn't really looked at the trainer, to be honest.
Race 8 Maximus, race 9 Enchanting Ibis there at my end.
Yeah, well, that's a D'Souza and Millard double there.
There you go. Very nice.
In Hong Kong who likes to play the doubles.
Yeah, I might start doing the quaddie myself, listening to this influential talk. Yes, I went for number 4, Lucky 8. An interesting horse. He's only had 3 runs all over course and distance, and he was unbeaten in his 2 runs last season. I thought he had a very nice return to action the last time. He was a very good 5th place. And dangerous to the selection, Joshua just said, the Enchanting Ibis, and also the likes of Bundle of Charm and Phoenix Light as well. Not to mention Star Ascension, an interesting horse. But yes, I just liked Lucky 8. I thought his 5th place on his return looked like he would benefit greatly from that seasonal return. And there's not a great deal there's not a great deal of the weight discrepancy between the top and the bottom here. If you take out Party Warrior, a lot of them are starting Bundle of Charm 9 stone 6 and Enchanting Ibis 8-8. So it's 8-8, I think. So it's quite a narrow field. So I think it gives everyone a chance. It's a very compact and tricky handicap. But yes, lucky 8 for me.
Yes, right. So number 4, Lucky 8 for Steve. He's definitely a talented one because last season we see him to show some good performance at Charene, but maybe last time he just needs some time to adapt to the rise in the rating. But this time also breaking from a good draw, I think he's also having good chance. And for me in this race, I agree with Joshua. I also have number 13, Enchanting Ibis, because I think that the pace in this race will be favorable for him as we have Summit Cheers is expected to be the leader. So it will also be quite good for Lucky 8 because I expect him to stay behind the leader, which will also be a good position for him. Maybe the pace here will be a bit faster than the standard. So Enchanting Iris is also expected to show some good turn of foot in the home straight, especially with Sylvester de Souza on board. I think this jockey is very suitable for riding this kind of back marker. So in race 2, recap race 9, Joshua has number 13, Enchanting Ibis as his best bet. He will also be my selection in this race. And Steve goes for number 4, Lucky 8. So let's jump to the final leg of the treble, the finale of the card. It is another class 3, but over 1,400 meters on the turf course. Joshua, who do you like in race 10?
Yeah, this one's not going to take me long to talk about. Number 12, Sweet Encounter. 2 starts this preparation for 2 wins over some nice horses. Since those 2 races, he's trialled impressively, where unlike his 2 wins, they actually settled well back and let him make ground from the rear of the field rather than his last 2 where he actually went to the front. I thought that was quite interesting, I guess, getting the horse used to being a bit adaptable depending on where they end up drawing. There's very little speed in this race, which works in his favour big time, so I expect him to go to the front again. Especially from a much better draw than what he had last time out. I really think this is a really narrow race to finish the card. There's a lot of unknowns, obviously. The Sword Point, the ex-Chris Waller gelding up the top of with Purton and Law. Be interesting to see how he does on his Hong Kong debut. But I thought it was a 2-horse race, in my opinion, between Sweet Encounter and, of course, that man against Sylvester de Souza, who could ride the last 3 on the card, by the way that I'm looking at it. But, I think between those 2, Sweet Encounter just maps better. He's got more upside, and I think that gives him a clear advantage here. Whereas Stunning Impact, as I said, he was amazing last start. I don't know where that run come from, but he definitely impressed me. So, yeah, Sweet Encounter for me. I'll probably have a little saver on Stunning Impact, but Sweet Encounter to remain undefeated.
Yes, number 12, the undefeated Sweet Encounters. He's going 2 from 2, but last time it was so impressive when he was first time up to 1,400 meters. So this time up to class 3, I will also fancy this John Size trained gelding. So there are 5 horses that scored a win last time in race 10. See who do you like in this race?
Went for Happy Daily as a bit of a value pick. He's a triple course and distance winner, and he goes up £7. But I can't be discounted, I think, after such an authoritative win. And he's a 5-year-old. He's had 20 runs, and maybe asking a bit much to suddenly find improvement. But I think Stunning Impact's the same kind of horse, 7 years old, and that very impressive win came from nowhere. A bit sceptical about that, to be honest. I just can't see him going back to back. Sweet Encounter, I can. It was a very good performance, and because he won by a very narrow margin from Blissful Star, who didn't do the form much good, but then you can't really rely on Blissful Star. Sweet Encounter only went up £5, so it's very possible he can just land the hat trick. But yes, for me, I thought it was a tricky race, and Happy Daily, a bit of a virtuous cycle. Happy Daily won from Apal, then Apal franked the form rather nicely next time up. So that's the horse for me. He's just a nice attitude, I think. He's a nice low draw as well. And I don't see why he can't run well. There's a few sort of sexy horses, you could say, in this race. The likes of Sword Point, isn't it? The top weight. And but then sometimes, you get good trials, second to Golden 60, of course, which is very nice. But does that translate to actually, winning by 10 lengths when it comes to race day? Who knows? That's the beauty of Hong Kong racing. We're all wiser after the event. But for me, Happy Daily is the value pick.
Yeah, so number 9, Happy Daily, and other last time winner in the field. He is definitely one of the good horses in this race. He will also be ridden by Jerry Chow again from a good draw, seeking for a back-to-back win. And for me, in race 10, I'm going to have number 8, All Beauty. Yes, All Beauty. He is now having the second up for the season. Actually, last year in December, he scored a win over this course and distance with Vincent Ho on board. So, but however, he suffers from some setbacks, so he didn't race a lot in the second half season last year. So I think he just needs some time to recover. But it is good to see this horse to having quite good barrier trial performance after the long spell, and then he returned to the track over Happy Valley 1200 meters. Last time, he just chased well in the home straight. It was quite eye-catching, and he finished 5th after the long spell. It was not a bad one. So second up today, moving to Charene is also a good move, and also 1400 meters is also one of his winning distance. So this time with Vincent Ho on board again, I will be fancy on him. So to recap, race 10, our selection include number 12, Sweet Encounter for Joshua, and number 9, Happy Daily for Steve. It will be also his value bet. And my pick here will be number 8, All Beauty. So after talking about the triple, the 3 races, not easy, let's talk about our best bet. Joshua, can you tell us again who will be your best bet?
Yeah, that was race 9, number 13, Enchanting Ibis. I did have a look at a quick squizzy at the odds. $3.40 last night, $3 now with the Hong Kong tote. So it'll be interesting to see how he travels throughout the day and how he opens up here in Oz. Here in Oz, we actually offer fixed odds in Hong Kong. So it'll be interesting to see what he opens up here. But yeah, D'Souza in form. Enchanting Ibis is going to love the speed up front. And I think he's going to be hitting the line. We're just going to be holding our breath, making sure he gets the luck, and he should be thereabouts in the finish.
Yes, right. So number 13, Enchanting Ibis in race 9 will be Georgia's best bet. He is currently the favorite in the Hong Kong market in race 9. Just a bit unlucky last time. So this time, D'Souza on board again. It is quite a good chance for him to win again. And Steve, how about you? Who will be your best bet today?
Thought it might be nice to go to the feature, the race number 7, the Panasonic Cup, the Class 1. Fascinating race, I thought. 9 go to post. I went for Fantastic Treasure. John Size and Tony Cruz, they fired 2 arrows at the prize there. I think Tony Cruz has the better chance with the Golden Scenery and Circuit Stella. The former this season, the Golden Scenery is nothing from 3, but I think each time he's been given too much to do, possibly twice by Angus Chung and then once by Luke Ferraris on his seasonal return. Circuit Stella, the lowest rated. With Angus Chung's claim, he receives at least £13 from his rivals. He is a Class 2 winner. Whether he can win Class 1, I know some good judges think he can, but whether he can, I'm not sure. Healthy Habby, shoulders, top weight, but return with a creditable second to California Spangle in the Celebration Cup. And winning method is a long, lengthy absence of 8 months, or 7 months, but Lyle Hewitt's an excellent jockey booking. And there's Beluga as well, of course. Lyle Hewitt was on Beluga, and he was a nose in front of Golden Scenery last time. Purton takes over on Beluga, respected from the rail draw. And looking at all the horses, I just came down on the side of Fantastic Treasure. I think he's a fantastic-looking horse. He was a disappointing favourite in this last year. He was an even money favourite, ran rather disappointingly. And from then on, he was a good third next time, but then he kind of lost his way. He ran respectably without winning. He returned to form. He scored on his seasonal debut this season over 1,200 metres. And I think 8's been about 3.5 lengths behind the Wellington in the Premier Bowl. Was a fair enough effort. He's £1,224. He's attractive. He's imposing. He's got relatively few miles on the clock. 13 runs, 6 wins. And I think the return to 1,400 metres will help. He's well drawn in 2. Chadwick's on board. And if he wins this, he'll be 7 from 14, an admirable 50% strike rate. So for me, I think Fantastic Treasure is an interesting horse in the feature.
Yes, I like it. Race 7, it is the feature of the day, the Class 1 Panasonic Cup over 1400 meters. A field of 9, but all the horses are having quite good form. So most of all of them are the top class horses in Hong Kong. So it is going to be a really interesting race. And yes, number 4, Fantastic Treasure. It is quite good to see him to returning back to the winner's circle this season in September with Zach Burton on board. But this time, Matthew Chadwick takes the ride. He is also a good jockey for the horse. So let's enjoy race 7. It is one of the highlights for the day. And for me, my best bet will go to a bit earlier in the card. I quite like race 6, race 4, number 6, Writer's Doctrine in this all-weather race over 1650 meters in class 4. This
D'Souza.
horse, again, yes, hopefully D'Souza is having a good day today. Yes, so for the horse, Writer's Doctrine was a class 2 winner several years ago in Hong Kong. He's quite a consistent top-class horse at that time, but however, this horse did not win again for more than 2 seasons. So his rating keeps dropping, and now he reaches the career low mark of 47. It was not bad recently because on his last 2 starts over the same course and distance, he was not beaten far, especially last time he ran second behind in Inform Yes Weekend. I think it was not bad. So this time, Sylvester retains the ride today, but he will just carry 4 pounds less than last time. And also this time, he will also break from gate 1. So I would say it is quite a golden chance for him to bounce back. So race 4, number 6, Writer's Doctrine will be my best bet today. So to recap our best bet, race 9, number 13, Enchanting Iris for Joshua, race 7, number 4, Fantastic Treasure for Steve, and then race 4, number 6, Writer's Doctrine for myself. And let's talk about our value bets today. Joshua, who do you like as your value bet?
Yeah, I can see that it's getting a bit confusing there because mine is the opposite numbers to yours. Race 6, number 4, not 4, number 6.
Right.
Where I went Murado, despite only winning 1 start from 10, I reckon his chance to win his second this weekend is quite golden, as you mentioned earlier. He was just fair first up when 5 lengths back in 5th behind Beauty Tycoon before stepping up to the 1400 meters last start, where he ran about half a length third back behind One Voice and Perfect Peach. Not all went right that run either, so that gives him merit for that run. He's third up now. He gets the ultimate gear change, which is Zach Burton aboard. He has drawn nicely in barrier 5, and the majority of the speed is to his outside. So I expect him to hold a spot on the rail or just off the rail around 6th or 7th. He's going to be tailing a hot pace, so he should get his chance. And I think he's a terrific each-way bet. I'm just going to double-check the price while I'm talking. He was $6.80 last night. He's about the same now, about $6.90. So I thought he was a nice each-way chance in a race that it's not very clear-cut. And I think he's drawn well. He's got the right jockey aboard, and he should be peaking in his fitness and ready to go.
Yes, right. So race 6, number 4, Murado will be Joshua's value bet. I think race 6 today, Charene is one of the most difficult race for the card because you see now the current favorites will be number 14, Castle Legend. He is now a 5.5 favorite. So you can just imagine how wide open is this race. So yes, Murado this time will be ridden by Zach Burton, breaking from a good draw. He's definitely having a good chance. And actually after joining the Piang stable this season, the horse is getting better and better. So hopefully this time he can have some good performance. Steve, how about you? Can you tell us again who will be your value bet?
I will tell you. I'll just tell you first that I'm feeling left out. All this chat about race number 6, and on my preview blog, my each way was number 2, Star Contact. Just to quickly mention that. Anyway, race number 10, we shall go back to Happy Daily. That was my value pick, and just a nice horse. 20 runs, 3 wins. Sometimes you're skeptical, aren't you, of a horse getting older, 5 years old, and can he suddenly find improvement? But I just very much liked his last run. He went up £7. The handicapper didn't miss him, to quote the old cliche. But he's well drawn, and with that behind him, he may well win again. As I said, Apal, the runner-up, has franked the form by winning rather well on Sunday. But it's a very competitive race. Sweet Encounter is obviously the go-to horse after winning last month. Only went up £5. Saw point an interesting recruit to these shows. And the beauty horses, Charge and All, look interesting. And Parterre represents Tony Millard, and glad to say I had the intrepid winner for the Millards at the last meeting there. A welcome return to form for Tony Millard, but he's relieved to get one on the board there. But for me, yes, happy daily for me. Hopefully he can run well. Top 3 would be great. A win would be fantastic in the lucky last.
Yes, I think so. Number 9, Happy Daily in race 10. I think this time the map will be very similar to his last start, how he win. He broke from gate 3 last time and he won under Jerry Chow. This time, same jockey and gate 2 for him, a better draw. So I think he is also having a chance to win it back to back. And for me, my value bet I just mentioned will be in race 8. I quite like number 11, Billionaire Secret. So hopefully this horse can give us the secrets of how to be a billionaire. Yes, I quite like his very trial performance over the all-weather, and I quite like his performance on the dirt before coming to Hong Kong. So we never know because he never tried the all-weather race in Hong Kong. But this time he will try it for the first time. Gate 7 is not bad for him and also for the trainer. Pierre Ng just had a great night last Wednesday, and this time he's also sending several good horses. So hopefully Billionaire Secrets race number 11 in race 8 can have some good performance for the stable and for the jockey Jack Wong as well. So to recap our best bets today, race 6 number 4 Morado for Joshua, and race 10 number 9 Happy Daily for Steve, race 8 number 11 Billionaire Secrets for myself. So that's all for our preview today at Charene. As we just mentioned that we did not have so many time to study the card because the schedule is quite tough and the races are very competitive. So hopefully you can have some winners and we can also give you some winner. So thank you for watching. We will see you next time for the Happy Value preview. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.